Hi guys, today we are going to discuss Ericsson KPI optimization parameter tuning. What are those parameters or those KPIs we are going to troubleshoot? Okay, what are those parameters and the values we have to change to improvement? Okay, so before starting this video, if you are new subscriber on this channel, then subscribe and don't forget to press bell icon. There are many videos related to 4G, 5G and 2G, 3G also, and get description where multiple videos links already mentioned. You may go there and watch and enjoy. Okay, so today our topic is how we can optimize low handover success rate. Means if you are facing execution failures, okay, it means mobility KPIs are degrading due to execution failures. So what you need to tune? So listen, there is a parameter naming cell individual offset eutron. Okay, parameter name is cell individual offset eutron. Okay, you can change its value 0 to 6. As you change its value from 0 to 6, you need to check its result. Okay, after changing its value, you will see attempts will increase. If you noticed failure also increased, then you may try reducing its value from 0 to -4. Okay, second case, if you are facing overshooting issue and due to that execution are failed in execution, due to execution mobility KPIs are degrading. Okay, so what you will do, you can change your electrical tilt. You can change that cell electrical tilt. Okay, e tilt is like, if electrical tilt is 20 or 30, you can increase its value like 40, 50 as per your requirement. Okay, if cell is overshooter and has too many neighbor relations, so what you will do, in this case best practice is to change NR setting. Okay, NR setting means time to trigger. There is a parameter naming time to trigger. You can trigger A3, sorry, time to trigger A3. This is the parameter. You can change its value from 80 to 320 milliseconds. And also for ANR, time to trigger A3, you can change for ANR time to trigger A3. For ANR, you can change its value 80 to 640. Okay, third parameter is A3 offset ANR delta. That is A3 offset ANR delta. Okay, you can change its value from 3 to 1. Next parameter is cell add RSRP threshold eutron. Okay, here you can see -1440 to -950 or lower values. As you change these values, as you change these parameters values, you tune these parameters values. After changing and implementation of these parameters, your team has to delete all neighbor relations, because ANR can recreate them with new settings. Okay, after implementation, you will see more improvement your mobility KPI. Okay, now if execution failure is with that side which has higher elevation and are far away from it. Okay, which site is far from your serving site and execution failure are mostly with that site. In this case, what you will do, you can forbid handovers between those sites. your serving site and that site which is far away from that site. Okay, there is two parameters called, number one is HO allowed, is HO allowed. You can change its to true to false. Okay, you can change it to false. And there is other parameter naming is removal allowed. Okay, you can also make it false. Okay, there is some commands, you can run those commands and check these relations. If you get execution failure with the higher elevation site which is far away from your serving site, which having poor degradation due to execution failure in mobility, you can change these parameters to false. Okay, and what noting point is that it is possible to add only 16. Okay, only 16 neighbor relations you can make false, not more. Next, if you are facing preparation failure, okay, your handover success rate is degrading due to preparation failure. Okay, so what you will check, you can check license issue, load or any other setting. If you don't found your license issue, load issue or any other settings, then maybe there is other reasons. Maybe there are issue that is related to MME. Okay, MME. If you will check, you will found that suppose I take an example, I have a MME which is disabled and second MME shows traffic with first one. Okay, so one request goes to first MME and first MME, and other request goes to second MME which is disabled. Okay, one MME is enabled and second MME is disabled. One request goes to first MME and other request is goes to second MME. In every single site has a neighbor relations. Every single site, in this case every single site has a neighbor relation to a site with one MME which is disabled, and this relation is generating most of the failure. Which MME is disabled, that is creating more failures. Okay, now what you will do, you will fix that MME issue. Fix MME issue. As you will fix this issue, you will get definitely improvement in your KPIs. Okay, if you are facing failures in preparation case due to MME, fix MME issue and you will definitely get resolution. Okay, your KPI will improve. Okay, if you are facing RSSI issue, UL, that is PUSCH, PUCCH. Okay, if you are have in your network there is high UL RSSI on any cell, means there is no problem, yani means there is no antenna problems, then you need to tune parameters. Though what are those parameters? One is P0 nominal, PUSCH and P0 nominal PUCCH. Both these parameters are used to improve high uplink RSSI on a cell if there is no antenna problem. Okay, no physical problem on your side, then you need to tune both these parameters, P0 nominal PUCCH and P0 nominal PUSCH. You can change its value. If you found P0 nominal PUCCH minus 20, you can change its value to minus 114. It is the nominal component of the UE transmit power for PUCCH. And for P0 nominal PUSCH, if you get its value to minus 105 minus 106 in your network, you can change its value to minus 100. This is also the nominal component of the UE transmit power. Okay, I repeat it again. You can change P0 nominal PUCCH from minus 120 to minus 114, and P0 nominal PUSCH you can change its value from minus 106 to 100. Okay, there is a formula, so I will tell you in other time. Okay, and other case is if accessibility issue due to CUL upgradation, means you are facing uh, like RRC failure due to license issue. Okay, so that's why accessibility KPIs are degrading, means drop in accessibility was on RRC port, which can point to license issue. Okay, this issue means CUL upgradation issue also affect handover preparation phase. Okay, as you upgrade license, your issue means write down it, accessibility issue due to CUL upgrade. CUL, sorry, CUL upgradation. You are facing like drop rate high on RRC part, and your handover preparation phase is badly affected. So you can, what you will do, you will upgrade your license. Okay, upgrade license in this case. Okay, no need to change more settings. And if we talk about other cases like accessibility issue due to cell status means maybe cell is sleeping or cell is locked, means suppose you give some changes to implement your SNOC team or your other team which is working on parameters implementation, and they changes but they forgot to unlock the cell. Okay, suppose you are working in any network and thus you got that your cell is down due to transmission issue. Okay, and you see OSS logs, and in OSS logs you got transmission issue, sector is down due to transmission issue, but transmission as you transmission reestablished, still cell didn't come back on line and stayed in unlocked or disabled state. Okay, then what you will do, you will lock or you will get it locked or unlocked after that cell came up. As cell came up, definitely your site will perform normal KPIs, means your KPIs which was affected by this issue, means cell downtime or cell disabled issue, will definitely improved and will come back to normal state. Okay, if you are facing high drops, okay, so what you will do, suppose you have any site which having hug drops rate and RSSI issue on that. Okay, now suppose your team checks site and RRU but no issue found. they check RRU and cite some hardware issue. Okay, means they didn't get any issue, but when field engineer visit site and found antenna issue, means there is issue on antenna. After site visit, it was found that VSWR, as you know, VSWR is voltage standing wave ratio. Your team, as the team found VSWR was very low. Reason was faulty jumper cable. Okay, what was the issue? Faulty jumper cable. So as we will replace jumpers, your high drop rate will definitely improve or your KPI will fix. Okay, so these are most important parameters you need to tune. Now I am going to tell you most important other parameters. Wait, let me discuss. Wait. Yeah, if you are facing retainability issue, means voltage retainability to issue related to B2 optimization. Okay, there are some parameters because this video is on parameters related. So there is some parameters like B2 threshold to RS CPU ultra, B2 threshold to RS CPU ICNO ultra offset. Okay, you can change its values, means apply an offset, like for QCI 5, QCI 5 is used for PDU data and QCI 1 is used for VoLTE. Okay, so you can implement these values for QCI 5 and QCI 1 for VoLTE capable UE. Okay, to GSM or WCDMA if WCDMA is still available in your network. Okay, before making a call, rather than have SRVCC performed at call setup. Okay, this is because VoLTE call tends to have a proper link budget than MBB. MBB means mobile broadband calls because of additional body loss. Okay, so what you will do, you will change for troubleshooting your retainability. For improvement your retainability KPI, you can change your B2 parameters like B2 threshold to RSCP ultra offset 0 to 5 and B2 threshold to RSCP ultra, you can change its value to minus 105 dBm. Okay, these are QCI specific offsets. So site level parameters, so your change will be applicable to cells having QCI 1 mirror. Okay, there are other parameters also. For VoLTE battery saving feature. Okay, for saving battery in your VoLTE calls parameter, there is a parameter semi persist scheduling individual UL. You can get its value 10, which is default value. 10 means 640 milliseconds. You can change its value as per your requirements. Its range is 0 to 10. 0 is SPS standoff and 1 is 10 millisecond, 2 is 20 millisecond, 3 is 32 milliseconds, 4 is 40 millisecond, 5 is 64 milliseconds, 6 is 80 milliseconds, 7 is 128 millisecond, 8 means 160 millisecond, 9 means 320 milliseconds, and the default value is 10, which means 640 millisecond. Okay, these are the values of parameters semi persist scheduling SCHED individual UL. Okay, this feature is for parameters for battery saving in VoLTE. Okay, and for more VoLTE there are other parameters also like PDC, CPS and length, which value is in bits like 7 or 12. You will get its value 7 or 12. or if you get its value 18, you can change it to 12. For QCI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is 12 bits. QCI 6, 7, 8, 9 and 15, it is 15 bits. And QCI 65, 66, 69 and QCI 70, you will get its value 12 bits. Okay, if hyperframe number is wrapping during a gap in the data flow, all the data after that time will be corrupted due to deciphering problem. So PDCP-SN length, which I am discussing, PDCP-SN length handling will improve the InnoDB existing handling of handover with different PDCP-SN length. So source and target PDCP length must be same. You need to keep in mind the source and target PDCP-SN length must be same. Okay, you will get default value like PDCP-SN length is 18, you can change its value to 12 for QCI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and for ERAP drop for QCI 1, there is other features like counter active mode. Counter active mode is should be true if you want to improve your ERAP drop. Counter mode active should be 0. If you change both these, you will definitely get improvement in your ERAP drop. Okay, and now I am going to tell you some other parameters like for improving SRVCC success rate. There are some other parameters also like for ERAP drop. There are parameters name inter-rat handover ever threshold RSRQ, or it may be RSRP. It depends upon your network. Okay, you can trigger its value. There is other parameter inter-rat handover A2 threshold RSRQ and some counters N310 N311 UL sync timer, UE port transmit timer, InnoDB port retransmit timer. Okay, you can change these parameters values. And for mobility, there is parameters like A5 threshold 1 RSRP offset, A5 threshold 1 RSRQ offset, A5 threshold 2 RSRP offset, A5 threshold RSRP offset. Okay, you can make its value to 0. And for mobility optimization, there are some other parameters also like T reloc overall. Its value is range is 1 to 20 milliseconds and unit is 1 second. So you can change its value to, if you get its value 5 second, you can change its value 5 second to 10 second for improving your mobility. Okay, its meaning T relocate overall timer is parameter is used for, this is a timer used for supervision timer. It is called supervision timer of outgoing S1 X2 intra handover execution for environment. Okay, there are other parameters like hysteresis, time to trigger. You can tune those values. For accessibility improvement, there are multiple parameters. CRS gain in Nokia, we can say this is the parameter DLRS boost. Okay, we can change for accessibility improvement other parameter QRX level minimum, DL power ratio, CRP salary selection priority, number of PUCCH SR user, TUE blocking timer, number of PUCCS CQI users, timer 300, timer 301, timer 302, time to trigger, hysteresis A3, P max, QRX level minimum offset. There are multiple parameters for KPI optimization. Okay, if you want to learn proper, so you need to read or listen carefully. I have uploaded many videos related to these KPIs in full description where you can go and check. Okay, so that's all in this video. Now we will come back to Huawei KPI optimization. We will talk about what are the commands, parameters, and issues, and how to improve Huawei KPIs of 4G. Okay, so that's all in this video. Thank you.